Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Botox Media. I am joined once again by Caleb to discuss some Wii U stuff. Today we're talking about every Wii U game that has already been ported to the Nintendo Switch or 3DS, as well as every game that has not been ported. We just compiled, I think, the definitive list of everything, including some third-party stuff that isn't really talked about as often, and we're going to talk about it. There is more not ported stuff than I thought, Caleb.
Yeah, that's true. Technically, that's true.
Technically, there are some things that we'll get into that, like, they might as well be on Switch, and some of these are actually on 3DS as well, but for the sake of this video, we just wanted to include them because no one really cares about the 3DS ports. So we're going to go over all the stuff that has been ported first, in no particular order. Actually, I think you have these in alphabetical, and then I did not alphabetize my list, but the ported games, so Bayonetta 1 and 2 are both on Switch. Funnily, I hate that they did this. So Bayonetta 2, the first print had a disc for Bayonetta 1, and then later prints just didn't include it. They did the same thing on Switch, where I think only in Japan the special edition had a cartridge for Bayonetta 1, and then it was just a download code. I don't like that. I wish they just ported it completely. And we're just going to go through these really quick. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker on Switch and 3DS. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on Switch for 3 times the price. Hyrule Warriors on 3DS and Switch with way more content. Breath of the Wild, obviously, people don't even really view that as a port, but it is a port of a Wii U game, technically. So that one is worth noting. Lego City Undercover, this was a Nintendo published game, if you forgot. So that is on everything now, including PS4 and Xbox. Mario Kart 8, of course, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is on Switch. New Super Mario Bros. U plus New Super Luigi U, Pikmin 3, Pokken Tournament, Project Zero, otherwise known as Fatal Frame for us in the US. That got ported, I think, to Switch and PS4 digitally last year. Did that get a physical release, Caleb? Do you know?
I don't think it did. I think that's why people are mad, because it didn't have.
I wouldn't be surprised if, like, in Japan it got one. But yeah, so that is on Switch. That was one of the major ones remaining that just got knocked out last year. Super Mario 3D World, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, of course, with Encore on Switch, and the Wonderful 101. I don't know what I heard. I just heard an alert. I guess someone subscribed. Anyway, so that is every currently ported Wii U game. It's a lot, but honestly, it feels smaller than it. I feel like throughout the Switch's life cycle, we're 5 years in, Caleb. I feel like we've gotten way more. Do you agree? Like, this feels like it's not as much as I thought it was.
Well, condensed on a list like this, it's gonna look smaller, but really, this is a lot of games, especially when you look at, like, the type of game that it is. Like Hyrule Warriors, Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart. Like, these are big games, right?
True, and they treated them as tentpole releases when they released them.
Yes. Also, this doesn't, for the most part, this doesn't include third-party stuff.
Yeah, so we have some third-party stuff we'll get to at the end, like literally 6 games that are still exclusive. But for the most part, this is every ported game. We just wanted to get those out of the way. We just wanted to include them just so people know, like, okay, this is already on Switch. Now let's get to the juicy stuff, the stuff that has not been ported, and we'll also discuss if we think it will be ported to the Switch. So I'm actually going to start from the bottom, because I didn't put these in order. So starting from the bottom, both Mario and Sonic games. Mario and Sonic Soji 2014 is only on Wii U. And then Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games is on 3DS and Wii U. Although I think the mini-games are pretty unique between them.
I mean, yeah, the two versions are basically different. They have the same title. It's one of those cases where, like, the portable version is a completely different game.
Yeah. So,
like, it's technically completely exclusive to the Wii U, this game. And they're not going to port it. There's no reason to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Mario and Sonic games, and I mean, they might do, like, a collection at some point, but I really doubt it.
If anything, they just reuse the mini games into a future, like, version.
Right? Yeah, they want it.
But that's it.
They want
to re-release.
They're not gonna release Rio 2016 because I'm pretty sure the Olympics, like, rights has been, like, thrown out. Like, I think Sega still has it, but, like, I don't know, some weird stuff's been going on with, like, the rights to Olympic games. I think at some point Ubisoft had it for, like, a year for Steep. I don't know.
That's why there wasn't a game for 2018.
Yeah, because they do them every other year. So actually, now that I think about it, we're probably getting one this year, huh? I don't know, because of the world the way it is. Next up, two major ones that were remakes in of themselves, technically not exclusive to Wii U, but worth noting. These Zelda remakes. So we have Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. These both, we're not really talking about values today, but Twilight Princess HD is pretty expensive on Wii U. If this does not get ported, it will go up in price. But Caleb, I think you and I are both in agreement. There is zero chance these do not get ported. Yeah, I would say within the next 6 months. If these do not get ported within the next 6 months, dude, I'm going to be shocked.
the thing is, I've seen people like on Twitter or Reddit or whatever, on YouTube comments, they're just like, don't count on these being ported. They're coming to Switch.
Yeah.
They're gonna be on there eventually. So just don't worry too much about it.
And I said 6 months. Obviously, it all depends on when Breath of the Wild 2 is actually lining up for release. If it comes out this year, probably not. But if that's the case, then it'll be next year. If the Switch is truly only like halfway through its life cycle, maybe a little bit more than halfway, we're still getting like 3 or 4 more Zelda games on the Switch after Breath of the Wild 2. So they're coming. The remakes are coming. I do think they're going to be separate, if that's what you're going to say.
Yeah. Nintendo usually likes to release at least one Zelda game per year, even if it's like a spin-off or whatever. So I think this would definitely help them pad it out.
They have held true to that every year with the Switch so far. So
yeah,
if Breath of the Wild 2 does not come out this year, they will have a port ready.
Yeah. Plus, like, these games would be so easy to port, relatively speaking. Especially Twilight Princess, because it didn't really have that much of the, like, the Miiverse stuff, because the Wind Waker had, like, the bottles or whatever. But
do you think they would rework that? I don't know how they could, to be honest, though.
I think they would just not include it.
Yeah. It's a little sad. It was a fun little mechanic.
Yeah. But, and these games would sell so much. So there's no reason that they wouldn't.
Out of every game left to be ported, these would sell the best on Switch. So
yeah,
they are no-brainers. They are definitely coming. I would say these are the most likely out of everything on this list. There's one other one, which I guess we can just go ahead and get to. Xenoblade Chronicles X. That is the next one. That is
the next big game.
That's basically get it guaranteed. I would say out of everything, these are the only 3 guarantees. Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, and Xenoblade X. There is zero chance. Xenoblade has become a huge franchise for Nintendo, whether some people want to admit it or not. The games sell really well for what they are. They're selling over 1 million copies every release now, which comparatively isn't insane, but for what it is, yeah, that's pretty damn good. I think Xenoblade 2 is over 2 million now, or 2 or 3 million. So Xenoblade X is coming. They have been almost on some Zelda pacing with this stuff, where they're releasing a Xenoblade game every year almost. Whether that be a big DLC or a remake or something. I would say this year we're getting Xenoblade 3. Maybe not next year, but definitely the year after at the latest. So 2024 at the latest for Xenoblade X on Switch.
And we should probably say most of these games that have not been ported yet probably won't be, just because they basically already have their replacements released on Switch.
Yeah, so let's get to some of those. You and I kind of disagree on some of these, kind of. In terms of whatever placement is. I actually, well, you rebooted the list, but there are 3 games that have full sequels on Switch that technically aren't ports. They aren't ported, but it's very...
They might as well.
They might as well be. They're on thin ice. And those are Mario Maker, which is on 3DS also, so technically that's not even a Wii U exclusive. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, and Splatoon. All 3 of these games have replacements on Switch. There's no reason to port these. The only one that maybe they could do something with is like the Splatoon 1 campaign as like a DLC or something for Splatoon 3, maybe. Other than that, though, these games have no reason to be ported. They have been replaced and will remain exclusive technically. Except for Mario Maker. Because I don't know. Do you count Mario Maker as a port? Because it's Super Mario Maker for Nintendo 3DS, and it had new levels. So actually, I don't know.
Mario Maker, I mean, the thing is with Mario Maker, it's interesting because Mario Maker 2 technically has more content in it. It doesn't have the Amiibo costumes or whatever. But the interesting thing is, like, every single release of Mario Maker, the original version, the 3DS version, and Mario Maker 2 on Switch, has Nintendo-made levels in the game. The only difference is the 3DS version and Mario Maker 2 are built into the game. The Wii U levels, you have to download them. And if you don't download them, you can't play them. So...
Yeah, you keep telling me to make sure I download those before the Wii U online services inevitably will fall in a couple years. So that's worth putting out there so people know.
and here's the thing. I want to keep reiterating this. If you guys don't download these levels, they're gone forever. This is a Nintendo first-party Super Mario game that will just disappear eventually. And there's a lot of these levels, by the way. I don't even know if you could download all of them technically, because there's only a certain amount you can download.
You could download like 100, which I honestly bet there's more than that.
Yeah.
They might have increased that limit at some point, but...
Because there was like one new level every single week for like the costume, the Amiibo costume like releases, right? And then there was also like separate accounts that were made for Mario Maker. Like there's the Mario account and the Pigeon account and the Undo Dog or whatever. and they had their own Nintendo-made levels, like, for each account, I don't even think you can download all of them. I don't think it would let you.
Time to bust out that second Wii U, man.
Yeah.
Get all those Nintendo-made Mario levels. I think technically people could recreate these in the creator, since they just use the creator to make them, but to have like the technical official Nintendo release these levels, you need to download them. So yeah, that is, out of all three of these, actually I think the most interesting. Splatoon, I mean, Splatoon has its own unique stuff, but Splatoon 2 pretty much replaced it. And Smash Bros, I mean, I keep saying this, it is the last Smash Bros game on console with trophies, which is worth noting, and it does have Smash Tour, which no one likes.
It does have exclusive content, technically.
Yes. So does the 3DS version also. Some stages, I think, like the Tropical Freeze stage are in Ultimates, and there's a couple others.
Woolly World, and
that is
Mario Maker stage in Mario Maker 2? I mean, is that in Smash Ultimate?
I think so.
Mario Maker stage?
I think so. So yeah, we wanted to mention those three, although they have technically been replaced on Switch. They are technically still Wii U exclusive. Let's get another trio of games out that I think we both would agree are definitely not getting ported.
I think I'm looking at the exact same ones you are.
Wii Fit U, Wii Party U, and Wii Sports Club. Goes without saying these aren't getting ported. We're getting a new sports game, Nintendo Switch Sports, obviously in the same series. Dude, I almost wish they just called it Wii Sports.
Yeah,
that would have been funny. That name's iconic. But yeah, Wii Sports Club being completely replaced by Nintendo Switch Sports. Although, actually, Wii Sports Club is a remake of Wii Sports on the Wii, whereas Nintendo Switch Sports is actually just a new game with different sports. Well, I mean, so they carry some of the same ones, but like it doesn't have baseball, for example. So technically, if you want some exclusive HD Wii Sports stuff, this has that.
Yeah, and it did do like a few things with like the gamepad.
You could like hold it up and like catch a baseball or something. Yeah.
So it is technically different than the Wii version as well.
Well,
but
Caleb, the biggest thing you're not mentioning, you don't have to wait 6 months to play golf.
That's true.
Because the golf is a free update for the Nintendo Switch Sports. So, yeah, Wii Sports Club, obviously not coming. Wii Fit U, we have Ringfield Adventure now. That is their replacement for Wii Fit. It's doing great, so no worry about that. And then Wii Party U, I don't know who developed this. I think it's Indie Cubed. They do Mario Party. I think they also did Clubhouse Games. I think they will probably make a new party game that isn't Mario Party. I think that's a safe bet. We'll probably get something else from them. It will not be called Wii Party. They could even call it Nintendo Switch Party. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. They're not going to port Wii Party. And they might even share some of the same minigames. But Wii Party U, as it exists, is going to be exclusive. So is that stand. We mentioned that stand in our last video. Talking about Wii U, the collecting.
I still don't know where.
Dude, every time a listing pops up, for those that don't know, for those that didn't see our last Wii U collecting video, there's like a stand. I don't have the case around me. There's a stand that came with Wii Party U, evidently, but no one has it. It says it's included on the back of the box. No one has the stand. I found like one listing from Japan for like $50. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm not getting this piece of plastic. So yeah, wanted to mention the Wii games. Obviously goes without saying that they are not coming. Let's talk about one that is potentially plausible, Caleb.
Yeah.
I think you disagree, though. Yoshi's Woolly World. So this is on 3DS. It depends on how... Here's the thing. I think we are currently in a lull of Switch ports from Nintendo. The last one we got, I think, was Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Back in 2020, like at the beginning of 2020, so it's been over 2 years, unless I'm forgetting something. I think we're going to see something similar when the Switch 2 maybe is even out, where they're just like, okay, let's support the Switch 1 with some low-effort stuff, like they did with 3DS. 3DS got, you know, the Mario and Luigi remakes, Luigi's Mansion, Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn. I think Yoshi's Woolly World, and I guess we can go in and bring it up now, Paper Mario Color Splash, would perfectly fit in that time frame. Like, let's say the Switch 2 comes out 2026, 2027, I could see this coming to Switch 1. Like, I think they are low effort enough that, but still worth it for them to port. That I could see them doing it for both of these games. But I'll let you talk some now.
Yeah. So for these games, originally, I didn't think they were gonna port Color Splash just because Origami King came out, but that was 2 years ago. So I guess I've changed my mind a little bit on that one. Woolly World could still come out, but they already ported it to the 3DS.
That's the one thing against it, I would say.
They already ported it to the 3DS, and Crafted World is already on Switch. So, like, it would kind of be redundant, but I would not be surprised if they did it.
Hyrule Warriors wasn't redundant. Technically,
that's true.
Yeah. Nintendo does not care about redundancy when it comes to these ports.
Evidently not.
And they are unique games. I mean, I think Woolly World is better than Craft the World. I think they're pretty close. A lot of people just say Woolly World's better. Out of these games, if we're looking at it from Nintendo's perspective, Woolly World is a much better received game and sold way better. So I don't know if they would really pay attention to the stats when considering what game to port. Maybe they would look at Color Splash and be like, damn, this sold like nothing. Let's port it to recoup some more money, even though I'm sure they don't even consider that money anymore. That was like 6 years ago. But yeah, these are both unique Wii U exclusives. Two of the best games on Wii U that are likelier than others to not get ported. I would say, yeah, the main three are Xenoblade X, Twilight Princess, and Wind Waker. These two are like the next echelon of like potentially coming. Which I guess is a spoiler for the fact that I think nothing else is coming. So let's clear out some more of the ones that definitely aren't. Art Academy Atelier, as it's called in Europe, they got a physical release there. In the US, it got released on the eShop as home studio. And there's also like a little like companion, like cheaper version called Sketchpad. I could see them making a new Art Academy game, but honestly probably not.
They wouldn't port this one. They would just make a new game.
Yeah. It is weird that Art Academy hasn't come back yet. Like, they were releasing an Art Academy game a lot. Like, Nintendo published Pokemon Art Academy, Disney Art Academy, Academy. The ones on Wii U, like, they were doing a lot of Art Academy stuff. There's another 3DS one. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a new Art Academy, although it is a little weird without a stylus. But yeah, goes without saying, not getting ported.
Like, they'll just include a stylus, like a physical copy.
Yeah, they can do that. I think there's a game called Colors Live that did that. It plugs into, like, the headphone jack. It's really unique. Going down the list here, Sing Party, Nintendo published this. I don't know if they even made it, but goes without saying that's not coming. I'll save that one for last. I know you're looking at it too, Caleb. Some other ones, NES Remix Pack, maybe as a digital game, I could see. What do you think?
I could see that happening, not as a physical release, obviously. And the thing is with that game, there was a 3DS version, but it has like different challenges, so it's technically a different game.
They're gonna release NES Remix Pack Ultimate.
Yeah, I think that would just be an eShop game.
Well, it depends. I could see them releasing just a new game, maybe a more ambitious game that has NES and SNES stuff. Maybe even get
I personally just don't think they're gonna do anything with it, but you know, whatever.
That's fair. I tend to agree. Sadly, I love the NES Remix, but they're probably not going to do anything with it, since it is on 3DS. They already got their time with that. But if they did do something, it would probably just be a new game, like SNES Remix or something like that. Or just a new concept, kind of like borrowing from that with like remixing old Nintendo games. Another one that's, honestly, I think I've... probably, it's not going to get ported, but I have considered it. Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. I don't think it's going to get ported. I do think we will get a new Animal Crossing spinoff on Switch. It's way too popular. There's no way. There's no way we don't get a new Animal Crossing game. I think even having NDQ of the Mario Party people make a new Animal Crossing party game, like they did for Amiibo Festival, makes sense. And maybe they'll maybe Amiibo Festival could be a mode in that, the board game. Because they already ported the mini games from Amiibo Festival into New Leaf, back in 2016. So, like, they've already reused that content. I would not be surprised to see something replace this and make the Wii U version even more unnecessary than it already is.
Yeah, and the thing is, people hated Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival when it came out, not because it's a bad game, which it is,
which it is, yes.
Yeah, but because there wasn't a real Animal Crossing game on the Wii U. So,
dude, I'm telling you, if they release this game right now with no new content, it would easily sell 1 million copies.
Yeah,
it would.
Like people would buy it. People would.
Animal Crossing fans are rabid, especially with the Switches installed. The game would sell, honestly, probably pretty well. I think Nintendo, for a company, has a decent amount of integrity, so I don't think they're going to do that. But I think a new Animal Crossing spinoff in the vein of Amiibo Festival, absolutely. There's no way. There's no way they don't capitalize. They'd be so stupid not to.
Amiibo Festival was easily the most hated game I think that Nintendo put out on the Wii U.
Yeah, it's not even close. I mean, there's the next game actually we'll talk about is a little similar, but
this is like a real like a thing that they actually tried to do.
Yeah, Amiibo Festival, like, it obviously felt low quality and kind of rushed, but like it felt like they put a little bit of care into it. Unlike Transition, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. Obviously, we already have Mario Tennis Aces. We're not getting, another Mario Tennis game on Switch. Obviously, we'll get more sports stuff probably, but Mario Tennis Aces Ultra Smash was literally a tech demo for Aces.
Dude, literally,
it's literally a tech demo.
Ultra Smash, I didn't want to believe it when it came out.
Dude, I remember when it was revealed, I was like, what is this? It looks so basic.
And then I played it. I played this game. Literally, you don't unlock anything, basically. There's like 2 characters that you can unlock. And it's literally just all the courts are identical. It just like changes to grass or like concrete or something. And that's it. Those are the different courts. And then you just have like 12 characters. And that's it. That's the game.
Obviously not getting ported. It is the most bare bones first party Nintendo game I think they've ever released. It is
the only thing more basic than that would be the original.
I don't even know if I would say that. I haven't played Mario Tennis on the N64.
I was not talking about the N64 version.
Oh, the Virtual Boy version. Hey, at least that's on the Virtual Boy. That has like a unique reason to exist.
At least it was the first one. It had like the novelty factor.
Yeah.
And it was
and even like the Game Boy Color one is like an RPG, so like
yeah.
Ultra Smash is a disaster and a travesty. So yeah.
It's not a bad game. It plays fine. It can be fun, but it is the
most bare bones game Nintendo has ever released. So no real loss there. Couple more physical games. These 3 I think are all pretty safe and not getting ported. One of them is very, very important though. So we'll save that one for last. Devil's Third. They released the multiplayer for this on Steam a few years back. It's already been shut down. I think the servers for the Wii U version are also shut down. We need to do a U-Quest on that though, Caleb, to see if that's true. Obviously, Devil's Third isn't getting ported. If it did, but like this game, I don't know if you've noticed, this game has like gotten like kind of almost like a weird cult following of people saying like, actually, it's not that bad. Like it's this weird thing of like people saying like it. I think they like it because it is bad. It's almost like The Room or something like that. Like they appreciate it because of how like cringe bad it is. So maybe it has some merit there. If it ever got ported to Switch, it would not be by Nintendo's hand. It would be what was it? 7 Seas was the publisher. This was Itagaki. Who was this? Itagaki? I forget who made this.
I don't know.
It was some famed Japanese developer. I feel bad for not remembering. Itagaki does. I don't remember I don't remember names. Devil's Third probably not coming, but if it did, it would definitely not be by Nintendo's hand. Game & Wario, similar to Wii Party U.
They already made it a WarioWare game.
Yeah, they already made a WarioWare game, and it uses the gamepad, and it's not good. L ratio, all that stuff. People trying to sell me Game & Wario is good in my comments. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I haven't played it, but like...
It's fine. I like Patchworks, and I like Franks. I'll give it that. The other ones I did not like. Gamer. People always talk about Gamer. Yeah, it's a cool novelty. I'd rather just play WarioWare at that point. Game & Wario not coming to Switch. And then the final one... well, actually, there's 2 more to talk about, but... actually, you know what? I'll save the one that is more interesting for last. Let's talk about Star Fox Zero on Guard first, Caleb.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I feel like this would be the most interesting one, just because like the other ones, they can fix the game, because all the other ones we said that could come to Switch, like Paper Mario or Xenoblade or whatever, those games would not fundamentally change. Star Fox Zero would be a good game.
Yeah,
if they ported
it would literally fix the game. Like it would just fix it.
Literally, the main problem that people had with the game was the controls. If it got ported to Switch, it would fix the whole game. And the thing is, it wouldn't even be that difficult to do. You wouldn't have to like rework that much either. You know why? Because literally, there's a multiplayer mode in Star Fox Zero where one person has... I don't have it with me. It's over here. One person plays on the Pro Controller, and you know what they're doing on the Pro Controller? They're flying the ship. The other person has the guns, and they're using... like the person with the Pro Controller has like one blaster that they can use. But the person who has the gamepad has like all the other weapons. All you have to do is map the weapons to the Pro Controller. Because you can literally control a ship already with the Pro Controller. It's in the game.
Yeah.
So, it wouldn't even be that hard.
I don't think it's the most likely. I do think if it did, it'd be like what I was saying earlier, like a super late life Switch game. Like, this ain't coming out this year. You know, they aren't pressed to release Star Fox Zero on Switch.
It'd be the one I'm most interested to see.
Well, yeah. I would probably agree with that. Most interested and most wanted are very different things, though. Obviously, the Zelda games and
it would benefit the most.
It would benefit the most, yes. Well,
for the game itself,
really, Xenoblade X would benefit the most because then people would buy it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Star Fox Zero, maybe. That's like the one I'm like, maybe. And then Star Fox Guard, I don't think they would include. I definitely want to be a separate game at the very least. They might. I haven't really played Guard. I don't know. I know it uses the gamepad, but like
I feel like they would include it as part of Star Fox Zero. They could
maybe try to rework it. Maybe not though. So yeah, Star Fox Zero is a maybe. And then the final first-party game, I think this is. I don't think I skipped anything else on here. Is Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
You did actually skip one, but we'll get to it.
Okay. Oh yes, I did. I see it now. And then we'll get to the digital stuff later. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I say this time and time again. If you've been watching all these Wii U videos, I cannot believe this game didn't come to 3DS. It made so much sense. Canvas Curse was a DS game. And then they were making these weird like Kirby Battle Royale and then Extra Epic Yarn, bro. Why did they not port Rainbow Curse? So
it's like the most obvious one.
Yeah, it really was. And it sucks because I think out of every game that has not been ported to Switch that I've played, and the only one I haven't really played is Xenoblade Chronicles X, which would probably be my favorite. So basically out of Yoshi, Paper Mario, and Kirby, Kirby is my favorite one of the three. I did a U quest on Rainbow Curse a few weeks ago. Check that out. It's a really good game. And it sucks because this is a true Kirby game. Well, not true. I don't know if I can say true. It's not a platform. It is a Kirby game. It is a good Kirby game that is lost to the Wii U. That I don't think they would port. They could. I mentioned in my U quest video. I mean, they could just have it so you're holding the Joy-Con and like drawing with motion. They could do that. I don't think they will though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's impossible. Obviously, the concept itself wouldn't be that hard because how the game works is pretty much you just use a stylus and there's like you can just tap on Kirby and it like does a spin. So the controls would be extraordinarily simple to replicate using the motion controls.
Yeah.
And obviously you can if you're undocked, you can just use the touchscreen. But like, I don't know if they would port this one.
I don't think they have any interest in it, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah.
Also, the thing that would make it even easier is the fact that this is a one-screen game.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't... Yeah, it just replicates it on the gamepad, so they don't have to, like, rework a second screen experience. It was just a touchscreen. So, actually, yeah, it honestly wouldn't be that hard to port, I guess. But I just don't think they're going to.
It would probably be the easiest one out of all these, honestly.
Honestly? There's no Miiverse stuff, so they don't have to even worry about that. They don't have to remove that line of code.
It's a one-screen game. It doesn't even have like a map or stats or anything else on the gamepad. It's literally just the screen. So
yeah, I still don't.
I don't think it's gonna.
I don't think so, which is sad. I think that's the biggest loss here out of the ones that probably aren't getting ported because obviously Xenoblade is. And then the one I didn't miss that you mentioned is Nintendo Land. Obviously not because of the gamepad usage, but I think a concept similar to this could happen. A Nintendo theme park party game.
Nintendo Land 2, basically.
Yeah, basically. I think we could see that. Maybe not even on Switch, just eventually. It's a good idea. We saw a lot of people love the nostalgia trip that was Astrobot on PS5.
Yeah.
I could see them, maybe not Nintendo even reacting to that. Maybe Nintendo does their own thing, but like maybe doing another one. Nintendo knows their fans like the nostalgia. So, yeah, not getting ported, but worth mentioning. And that is every first-party game outside of digital stuff. So let's get into that digital stuff now, I guess. I think it's funny that we included this with like the retail games, even though technically it's digital only. Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars, also on 3DS, has a physical release in Japan. The European version is a code in the box. Obviously not getting ported. Safe to say. If they made a new Mario vs. Donkey Kong game, or they wanted to do something with it, they would just make a new one, right?
Yeah. They like to make those games.
They haven't recently. This is the last one. Actually, that's not true. They did many Mario and Friends Amiibo challenge or whatever in like 2016 or 2017. Probably 2016. So it's been a while. I think NST did these. I don't even know if NST still exists, to be honest. I hope we get a new one. I like these games. I'm probably going to do a video on this series soon because I like these games. They're very fun little eShop games. And that's something, not to go on a little tangent, the Switch era for Nintendo, obviously very good, has not been very good for eShop games. They have not been making smaller games on the eShop, which sucks. I wish we saw more of this. So yeah, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, probably just get a new game. Pushmo World, I think this is a remake of the first Pushmo on 3DS. Once again, we would just get a new, maybe a collection, maybe. But I think they're probably done with this. Yeah. Do you agree? Yeah. What else do we have here? This is an interesting one that I forgot existed. Lost Reavers. So this is a free-to-play game by another, I think it was Treasure. I forget what else they've done. Send in Punishment? Treasure. I'm looking it up. Keep talking, Caleb.
Well, the point is, this game was like an online-only like multiplayer game. It's shut down now, and honestly, no one remembers it. So I feel like they would have no motivation at all to port this, but it was an exclusive, so...
They did make Sin and Punishment. They also made Wario World. and then they made Lost Reavers. So yeah, this game is dead. It's not coming. I think, did it get a PC release at all like Devil's Third multiplayer did, or was it just gone?
I think it was just on Wii U.
Yeah. So, Lost Reavers, gone. A couple more random things here. We mentioned Many Mario and Friends. There's a couple of the Wii U panorama reviews that are going to be gone forever that Nintendo did to like show off the gamepad and how you can use it. Worth mentioning. They cost money. Technically, first-party Nintendo software.
It's just Street View.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And then, well, there's also the Google Street app.
Yeah.
That you can do. Which I don't even know. That might be gone actually already. And then while we're here, we didn't list it, but I guess we'll mention it now. There is also the Pikmin short movies, which is just some little Pikmin shorts that Miyamoto made. There's 3DS ones also that were different, I think, in 3D. Random software. Animal Crossing Plaza. This was, I don't even know if you can actually load into it anymore because I think it used Miiverse. Very integrated with Miiverse. Basically, it was just Miiverse Plaza, but with Animal Crossing villagers. Then they showed the messages. There's your Animal Crossing game on Wii U. And then 2 real games. I think we'll get the less interesting one out of the way first. Dr. Luigi. We don't have a Dr. Mario on Switch yet. I would say probably stay tuned for that soon. I think we're due for that. Yeah. They just closed down Dr. Mario World, so
because they did make 2 Dr. Mario games after this. It was Dr. Mario World, which you mentioned, which no longer exists basically. And then there was the Dr. Mario Miracle Cure on 3DS, which by the way just had all the Dr. Luigi content in it.
It was just in there. Yeah. And it was a cheaper game.
Yeah.
Which is very funny. So yeah, obviously not coming, but when we get a new Dr. Mario game, it will probably be in there as content. I don't know what the extent of like modes were on that. I think it was literally Dr. Luigi, wasn't
it? At this point, I don't know why they wouldn't include the L-Pill mode.
Yeah, they already had the mode made. Yeah. For all future. So yeah, safe to assume that will come. And then and the next Dr. Mario. And the final digital game, we might have missed something. If we missed anything, let us know in the comments below. I don't think we did. When I'm getting as scrappy as talking about the Wii U panorama views, I think I did pretty good.
Yeah.
But the final notable eShop release, I would say this is the most notable eShop release on the Wii U from Nintendo, is Pokemon Rumble U. Similar to when the Wii Shop channel closed, we're losing yet another Pokemon Rumble game. Because these are typically digital games. For some reason on 3DS they release them physically. But Pokemon Rumble U, I need to do a U quest on this soon. I think it's not like a regular Pokemon Rumble game. It's just like an arena battle. Like you're just in a circle. You're not like exploring or anything. Worth noting, dude, I would love to have these. They did the NFC figures at GameStop. Those things are super expensive now. They were Amiibo before Amiibo for Pokemon. Very cool. But yeah, I think that covers all the eShop games. Caleb, is there anything else we need to say here before we move on to third-party games?
I mean, the thing is, a lot of these games on the digital
games.
Yeah, with just the digital games, like these ones are cool. The thing is, they didn't release that many, so it's not that big of a loss. Especially with like Dr. Luigi, because that's just another Dr. Mario game basically. It's the only one in HD besides World, which now doesn't exist. So there you go.
That's true.
But again, that's just a Dr. Mario game. It's not really special in any way. And the Animal Crossing Plaza you can't do anymore. Lost Reavers doesn't exist. Basically, there's only like 3 of them.
Yeah, Nintendo didn't do much on the Wii U. When I said I wish they got back to it like they used to be, I meant 3DS. 3DS had some really good eShop stuff from Nintendo, like Dylan's Rolling Western, Box Boy. They need to get back to that. But yeah, I think that covers all the digital stuff, the 3 digital games. And also, worth mentioning, I don't know if I mentioned this, both the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games, being Tipping Stars and then Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge, are also on 3DS, so not even exclusive, technically.
Yeah.
I think the physical thing applies to 3DS Tipping Stars also. I think it was a physical game in Japan, and then European had a digital game.
So really, there's just 3. It's Pushmo World, which I don't know. It might be a remake of the first one.
I think it is. I think it is. And also, worth noting, the level sharing worked through Reavers, so you cannot share levels anymore or download levels at all. So
yeah, if it is just a remake, then
there's two.
Yeah.
Pokemon Rumble.
No, there's two, and one of them is Dr. Luigi.
Yeah, so really, there's only one. Really, Pokemon Rumble U is the only one that matters out of all these.
Basically.
So, yeah, I might do a separate video talking about all the eShop games, not just first-party stuff. There is obviously more Wii U exclusive eShop games. Like, I think the most notable one is probably Affordable Space Adventures. That game is exclusive to Wii U and is pretty well received. I like that game a lot. So I might do a separate video on that. But okay, let's talk about the final third-party games. So people that keep commenting this, I just wanted to throw it up here real quick. It is not a full game. Well, technically it is, obviously. But Tekken Tag Tournament 2 Wii U Edition has Nintendo content. It has like a Wario and Luigi costume as well as a Peach costume. I just wanted to mention it. It is apparently the definitive version of this game. I don't think I've talked about it in any of my videos. I think it's something happened recently with like the fighting game community where like people are just like, oh, this game. And the Wii U version is the definitive version because it didn't come to PS4 or Xbox. So wanted to mention that real quick. Shout out to all the people commenting it. And then some random.
Go up, so,
yeah, this game's gonna keep going up in value probably. The fighting games usually like people keep playing them for years. And then it's just some random stuff, man. But these are true exclusives, except for this one. Actually, I don't know how this got in this part of the list. Ninja Gaiden 3: Razor's Edge. Nintendo published this. I just wanted to mention it because of that. I think it's already in the Ninja Gaiden collection that came out like last year. So worth pointing out. Nintendo published game on the Wii U. But then we get into the true exclusives. Rabbids Land. your face. You're just like so unenthused. I'm just talking about fucking Rabbids Land, man.
Yeah.
Obviously a Ubisoft Rabbids party game. I have never seen even a screenshot of this game. I don't even know what it looks like. I assume it's just party game.
I have no idea what this game is. It
is funny that it was a launch title. I still need to get this. Nintendo Land and Rabbids Land released on the same day. That is funny to me.
Fun fact.
Another Wii U launch title I still need to get. I don't think this game was very good. They released like a free-to-play version at some point, I think. Maybe it was just a demo, and I'm misremembering. But it was Tank, published by Namco.
Yeah, I think that was originally like an arcade game.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure they released like a free-to-play digital version that was like limited in content. This game has been going up in price. It is technically exclusive, so I still need to get that one personally. Do you have that one, Caleb?
I don't. So, there you go.
We're going to be competing for that one. And then, random one, but gotta mention it, Yokai Watch Just Dance. This was exclusive to Japan, obviously exclusive to Wii U. Worth mentioning, I guess. I actually had this one coming in the mail with that Wiimote bundle.
The thing is, I don't actually know what this game is. Obviously, it's Just Dance, but like, I don't know if it's just Yokai Watch songs.
Probably.
Or does it have like normal songs in there too, or what? But it is interesting to know.
Maybe some other songs from like Professor Layton or something, since it's level 5. Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Not that just bop into like the mystery Professor Layton music, like it's just like all calming, like, you know, that's a funny idea. And then the final two games worth mentioning as we end off here is Sonic Lost World and Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. So Sonic Lost World is on PC, but it is not physically available anywhere else. Knowing Sega, that's probably gonna change eventually.
Do like a remaster?
Yeah, they'll do something with it. Sega likes remastering their Sonic games, but of course, worth noting, there is exclusive Zelda and Yoshi content in this game.
Yes,
on the Wii U. So we need to do this.
There's also a 3DS version, but it's a completely different game. So like
Generations was.
yeah.
So Sonic Lost World and then Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, obviously an infamous game for its quality. Never out of all these this one probably will never come anywhere else. I don't think Sega will ever want to bring this one back.
Plus, I'm pretty sure Sonic Boom, the TV show, is over. So like,
yeah, Sonic Boom is
what motivation would they have?
Gone. So I think that about does it, Caleb. Do you have any closing thoughts here on Wii U ports? I think we just wanted to do this like definitive discussion. Like, okay, this is it, guys. I will never make another video like what games are coming to Wii U or what games are coming to Switch from Wii U, because there's no reason at this point.
Yeah, and
it's so few and far between.
There are technically other exclusives. Like I think there's like some party game or something, and plus there's all the digital stuff. But like Nobody cares.
I would even argue
cares
we
about those
stretched it a
games?
little thin with this, talking about like Mario and Sonic. That didn't need to be in this video, but we wanted to be thorough. Sing Party, published by Nintendo, not coming. Really, okay, going back to the list really quick. Xenoblade X, Woolly World, Star Fox, Paper Mario, Kirby, Zelda games. That's basically it. It's like 6 or 7 games. It's not...
Those are the important ones.
Yeah, the ones that actually have a chance. Everything else has no chance. So, yeah. But we wanted to be thorough. Pokemon Rumble U, maybe that'll come back. That'd be fun. But yeah, there you guys have it. Caleb, do you have any closing thoughts now? That is said.
Yeah, so as far as people always mention is like, there's no reason to buy Wii U, and then they always come up with like some other game that hasn't been ported yet. This is it.
This is literally it. There is nothing else.
There is one other thing. But that is a different video. So
okay,
there you go.
Okay. Well, there you guys have it. Thank you so much for listening in. Of course, if you enjoyed this discussion, subscribe for more Wii U, as well as 3DS stuff, and general Nintendo hype and news and discussions. We like doing that here. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at BoTalksMedia. Like the video, comment down below. Which of these Wii U games do you want to be ported the most? And I guess we'll end that off here, Caleb. Mine is Xenoblade X. What is yours?
Mine is Star Fox Zero, because I want to be able to play the game.
I think that's very fair. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye-bye.
See ya.